What is going on, guys? So seed starting can be stressful when you are new to gardening. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you 5 simple tips to keep it as easy as possible. Starting with the first and most important tip, and that's using fresh seeds. Believe it or not, guys, seeds do have an expiration date. So if you are new to gardening, most likely you probably went to the store, bought yourself some fresh pack of seeds. So you're okay on that part. But if you're, let's say, getting some seeds from a friend or a neighbor, some of the older seeds are like 2-3 years old. They're probably past the expiration date, so they won't germinate as well. You probably still plant them and get some germination out of them, but the chance of them successfully germinate is probably very low. So my recommendation when you are starting out is just get yourself some brand new seeds, improve that chance of germination, keep it as simple as possible. Moving on to tip number 2, and that would be using the proper soil. Now, in my recommendation, just keep it as simple as possible and just get yourself some seed starting mix. The Miracle Grow brand is not so bad. A lot of people will tell you to stay away from, but it seems to work fine for me. Now, with your soil, what you want is you want something that is very light and fluffy, so that way the seeds can germinate and penetrate through that soil. You don't want to use anything that is very dense or very thick. Now, something that I highly recommend you do is also get yourself a bag of vermiculite to mix into your seed starting mix. What vermiculite does is that it improves the drainage of the soil, improves the aeration of the soil, but it also retains a lot of moisture in your soil. So it dramatically improves the chance of germination. So go ahead and mix these two together, and that'll be your base for your seed starting, and I promise you your seeds will germinate really, really well. So move on to tip number 3, and that's starting your seed in something that has a lot of drainage in them. Something that doesn't retain too much moisture. Like I said, you can use the vermiculite to improve that drainage, but also retain that moisture. You don't want it to be so damp that the seeds, just start to suffocate itself and it don't germinate. So making sure whatever you start your season has the proper drainage as well as be able to hold moisture properly is very important in improving your chance of germination. All right, guys? And now for tip number 4, is actually under these trays right here. Let me move this to the side real quick. And that is making sure your seeds are well protected and that there is enough humidity inside whatever you're growing in, so that way it does germinate. You can't start your seeds when it's very cold outside. So by having this little dome or whatever you want to use, improve that humidity level as well as putting it next to, like, let's say a window or out in the sunlight, or using a heating pad, whatever you decide, so that way the soil is warm enough for the seeds to germinate properly. You don't want to just start your seeds and just leave it out in the open when it's cold. That will dramatically reduce the chance of germination. So making sure you have the proper heating or proper environment to start your seeds is very important. So make sure you remember that, guys. And for my 5th and most important tip, guys, is just to have patience. Take your time, don't rush it, your seeds will be okay. When you're planting your seeds, just make sure you start multiple seeds. Don't just start one in each little cell. It's okay to just plant 2 in each, and then you can just pluck out the weaker one or whatever. Gardening is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So it takes a lot of patience, it takes a lot of time. So don't rush it, just have a lot of patience, guys. Relax, your seeds will germinate and you will have a successful growing season. So hopefully those 5 tips helped you out with your seed starting journey. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and remember, guys, take it easy.